This is Ian from Lean Media, and today I'm going to be giving a little presentation on what publishers need to understand about keywords in Amazon advertising. If this video helps, please take a moment to like it and follow me, and let's get started. So this presentation is intended for people who are just getting started with Amazon advertising and their publishers, or maybe they've been doing it for a little bit and they just want to kind of get a better lay of the land, and this is what it is. So Amazon, they have different types of keywords that you can bid on in an Amazon advertising campaign. And when I say an Amazon advertising campaign, it's something like this. So I have a campaign called Word SP Auto 032525, and this is one of my campaigns. I have many campaigns running right now for my different books and different products, probably about 30 in all, and I create them in Amazon advertising. And some of them, they require either creating or harvesting keywords. And I'm going to get into the difference between that in a little bit. So let's go back and take a look at this example of a keyword. It's actually a phrase, summer beach reads. And this conceivably is a type of keyword that a publisher would bid on because they want someone who's searching for summer beach reads to find their book and then purchase it. So Amazon divides the keywords into three different types: broad, phrase, and exact. And this is what it means. Exact is exactly what it sounds like. It means that somebody, a publisher who puts out a bid for a click for summer beach reads, and they set it as exact, that means the customer on Amazon has to use this exact phrase in order to see the advertisement. And the suggested bid range when I compiled this list was between 43 cents and 73 cents. So, maybe about 55 cents per click for the exact term summer beach reads. Now, Amazon also gives you the opportunity of creating what's called a phrase bid for summer beach reads. And what this means is that if a customer types in beach reads or good beach reads, summer beach reads will still be triggered because it's not the exact, but it's a phrase within it. So you can see that the bid level for that is slightly higher, although to be honest with you, that's not always the case. And then broad means that somebody searching for something that only has one word in common, beach gifts, that will trigger the advertisement to show up, and you can see the price level there. So for a single keyword or phrase, summer beach reads, you could have three different types of bids on it. You can also do something called negative keyword, where you forbid Amazon from triggering this an advertisement based on this keyword set. I'm not going to get into negative keywords now, but when you're bidding, usually it'll be broad, phrase, or exact, or all three of them. So here is an example, keyword opportunities for a new YA novel. So YA means young adult. It's a popular genre within the book world. And what I've done is I've kind of shown the different types you can think of. And these aren't Amazon's official types, but these are just a way for publishers to think about kind of the different categories of keywords that you can use in your campaign. So here's an example of a keyword that's general to all books, bestseller. So bestseller could be in practically any category of books. However, for your book, it might be of low relevance, okay, compared to the people that are searching for it. Because if someone just searches for bestseller, maybe they're looking for a bestseller thriller, maybe they're looking for a best-selling YA novel, but you're not sure. So the relevance is low. And also the competition will be very high because lots of other publishers will be using this term bestseller as a keyword. General to your topic or genre. So if it's a YA novel, YA book would be kind of very widely general to the book you're trying to promote. High relevance, but also the competition is extremely high. That means lots of other publishers will be using this particular phrase in their campaigns. It means you'll have to pay a lot more money for those clicks. Here's another example for a popular search term within the genre, Hunger Games series. So that's highly relevant for a new YA novel, and the competition will also be high. So here's another one, a niche search term, Japanese YA manga. So this is interesting. This is not as commonly searched for as something like Hunger Games, but still people that are interested in that genre may search for this particular term. The relevance may be low to medium because a YA novel isn't quite the same as like a Japanese YA manga comic book. But there is some commonalities there, and you may get some conversions there. Competition will be medium. So here's an example of an obscure term, books like My Neighbor Totoro. So My Neighbor Totoro was actually a movie, an anime movie from about 40 years ago. It's like a classic in the genre. But books like My Neighbor Totoro, that's actually a very rare search term. And when I used that in my tests earlier today, I found out that the only books that show up are basically books that are related to the movie. Okay? Other books, no one is using that search term. So that's actually a low competition term, but also the relevance may be low too, because it's not quite the same as a YA novel, even though there may be some overlap in the audience. And then an unrelated term, and I say that with a question mark, and think about it. So picture book, you may think, well, picture book in a YA novel, that's completely different, because picture books are for little kids, whereas a YA novel is for like teenagers. However, keep in mind that picture book is the term that some Amazon customers will use to search for something like a graphic novel, because they don't know the term graphic novel, but they just know that their children or the person they're buying the gift for is into these like comic books basically. So some customers may use the term picture book or picture book for teens as something they search for, and they're actually looking for a YA book or a graphic novel. So the relevance is not quite none. It's probably low. The competition though may be very high, not just because other people have figured out that, oh, if I'm selling a YA novel, picture book may be a good term, but also because children's authors and children's publishers, they're using this term as well. So lots of advertisers will be using it. So therefore, the competition will be quite high for that particular term. Sometimes you see publishers will see weird things in the patterns of data. So this is for the recommended search terms in an Amazon advertising campaign that Amazon showed me for one of the technical titles that I published. So it's a nonfiction title. And they showed me all of these technology related words. You can see the bids are generally between about like say 40 cents and 80 cents. However, there's one that really stands out. Pixel exact is $12.58. And you may be thinking, wait a second, per click? Someone's willing to pay $12.58 per click? And that's really extremely high. And if you think about it, like for a book that has a conversion rate of 10%, that means you would need a total of 10 clicks to get a single sale for your book. But if you're paying for 10 clicks at $12.58, you're paying more than $120 for just a single sale of a book. And the math doesn't make sense. But what's going on here is that you may be thinking, oh, I'm only competing against other books. In Amazon's world, you're not. You're competing against all other products, including the Google Pixel telephone, the mobile phone. So Google is a very popular a mobile phone type, as well as other manufacturers. They may be bidding on this particular term and driving it up, as well as camera manufacturers who use the term pixel in their campaign. So that's why this particular keyword is very expensive. So let's take a look at an actual campaign that I have. So the way that you find out keywords, there's a number of ways to do it. There's tools you can use. Some people, they actually use automatic campaigns on Amazon advertising to surface terms that people are using. So this is in one of my campaigns. It's for a book about a Microsoft software product called Microsoft Word. And these are the terms that people use to find the advertisement. And some of them converted. So manual for Microsoft 365. So that is a phrase that I might use in my campaign in the future. Microsoft 365 cheat sheet, that also converted. So I could use that as well. So that's really useful. And as a matter of fact, when I'm creating a campaign, I usually have a spreadsheet, and I'll take some of these terms that I harvest from other sources or I discover via other methods, and I'll put them in the spreadsheet. So these are all harvested keywords that are going to go in to an advertising campaign that I create on Amazon. So basically, these are some of the considerations and the way you should be thinking about keywords in Amazon as a publisher. It's a little bit hard to get the hang of it at the beginning, but once you figure out how it works, and especially once you figure out keywords that really work for your book, it can be really helpful for making your book show up kind of at the top of search results or in a very prominent place and get more readers. If this video helped, please take a moment to like it and follow me. I have many more videos on this topic, so hope to see you soon.